Syrian jets launch new bullets while UN vote on truce is postponed. Syrian jets launched new attacks yesterday ahead of a tense UN vote on a truce. Government planes pounded the besieged rebel-held district of eastern Ghouta on the edge of the capital Damascus for a sixth day, taking the death toll to at least 462. The British-based Independent Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said at least 99 of the dead are children. Hundreds more civilians are wounded and treatment is being made virtually impossible by airstrikes on the 12 hospitals in the area, which is home to 400,000 people. A witness said by telephone that the early morning bombing was the most intense so far. Earlier this week, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the Syrian government's bombing campaign had turned the region into hell on earth for civilians. The airstrikes are being carried out by Syrian jets, but there have been claims that they have been joined by Russian bombers. Russia is propping up Syria's brutal President Bashar al-Assad in the 8-year-old civil war by providing air and other military support. The two allies claim that they only attack militants and that rebels in eastern Ghouta have been firing mortars at government positions in Damascus. The UN Security Council was due to vote on a 30-day Syria-wide truce to let humanitarian relief reach civilians late yesterday afternoon. But it was postponed amid signs of last-minute haggling and fears that Russia could use its veto to block a deal. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said he could back the resolution drawn up by Sweden and Kuwait, but first needed a guarantee on a ceasefire by rebels. In a statement from Moscow, he said, "There are no guarantees that the rebels will not continue shooting at Damascus residential areas. That's why for the resolution to be efficient, and we are ready to agree on the text which would make it so, we propose a formula which would make the ceasefire real, based on the guarantees of all." The resolution does not cover terrorist groups such as Islamic State, Al-Qaeda and the Nusra Front, which Moscow and Damascus claim they have targeted in eastern Ghouta. Meanwhile, rebels have vowed not to surrender. In a letter to the UN Security Council, they wrote, "We refuse categorically any initiative that includes getting the residents out of their homes and moving them elsewhere." Eastern Ghouta has been under siege since 2013,